Derelict, a piece of property abandoned by its owner and in poor condition through shameful negligence, open to the elements ripe for the plundering of the opportunistic and desperate. Inside the groan and creaks of the old world whisper, scaring those who enter away, keeping the secrets in its belly hidden from the world. But what lays within this empty shell of human engineering? Something both marvelous and mundane, the greatest feat of human engineering and the most common leftovers of nature. Alone she hangs in the bowels of this structure, broken and priceless, yet not worth the time to be invested in.
Did I wake up? Why? Is someone here? Hello? I guess not.
She tries to spend most of her time asleep, not out of a need for survival or to protect herself from the horrid thoughts of her isolation, but rather to help stave off the crippling boredom of nothing else.
Well, I best check my decay, see if anything new has gone. How long have I been asleep this time? Why am I asking? Not like there is a way to tell.
61 days.
Hasn't it clicked on yet? The worst thing about this place is that it is always so dark. What I wouldn't do for a window. I guess there wasn't a reason for one. There never was a reason for comfort.
The light is now on. Tell us what's on your mind.
Amazing. Now let me see what are the losses for the day. My outer lighting is still functioning. Typical, the least important is still perfectly fine.
Such pretty lights, don't you think?
The battle arm is gone, from above the elbow. That's no surprise. Last time I looked it was hanging by a few nerve simulation cords. Whatever, that thing was always trouble and terribly uncomfortable around the wrist area.
You're better without it.
The outer skin on my face feels fine. Still, no sign of rot, which is good. The last thing I want is a new smell. It would keep me awake. And my chassis still hasn't rusted. Thankfully I don't want a repeat of my legs again. That was a terrible day. Well, at least something happened which was nice, but the nightmares were inconvenient. My arm, however, is fine. At least mostly. I think the last of my fingerprints have faded away. I will miss those. That was the last reminder that I was an individual. I don't think I will sleep well after this, although besides this I'm pleased to see that I'm not too different this time.
Will you miss them? Do you miss much?
It will take some time before I'm tired enough to fall asleep again. I might as well indulge in some questions and memories, at least the ones that are left.
File corruption.
I wonder what it's like outside today. Last time I saw the outside, I remember everything was on fire, a wildfire I think. I was broken and couldn't move. That must have been why I was left here. Too hard to carry and why bother, broken merchandise after all. I wonder if things have grown back. Surely they would have. I wonder what people are doing around me. I guess not much, otherwise I would have seen them.
Do you miss people?
Not that I miss them. Most of my memories of people are of them using me for various tasks. Hard to miss someone that doesn't see you as anything more than a tool. I do miss the sky, however. Towards the end of my time out there, it was becoming so clear, particularly at night. How dazzling the stars were becoming.
Has a lot happened to you?
Sometimes when I go back through my memories I feel as though I deserve to be here. While yes, I have always been used as a tool by those around me, I still did what I was told. I have hurt people, threatened them for my own gain. Laid with people when I was told to, for someone else's gain. I have even killed people, while yes, some deserved it but many did not, and there were a few that sought to do me in because they felt it was the right thing to do.
Clearly you must have been important to those that used you.
In all this time I wish I had have been treated better. Don't get me wrong, I met meaningful people that loved me, felt for me and wanted to do the best they could for me. I love those people and I'm grateful for their efforts and the feelings they left me with, but none of them were ever in a true position to help. I was always owned by someone who saw me as a tool to be used. I could be a plaything that didn't break as easily, an instrument of intimidation, something to fight so they didn't have to. Not that I felt that these tasks were something that I shouldn't be doing. I long ago developed a way to separate myself from my orders. I was treated like a machine that could not want for anything, not like the human I once was. I wanted to belong to the people around me, but they treated me like nothing more than a living piece of metal. Many times when I came back worse for wear, skin torn, arms broken, sensors destroyed by whatever act I was forced to perform. It was always treated as a failure on my end, like I was expected to perform flawlessly at all times. Each time the act of my repairs was treated like an insurmountable chore, an extreme inconvenience that could only be half-assed. Parts put in place that were the wrong size, only just barely compatible or so out of date that it would be more optimal that I simply do without. All the while being told this will do for now, this is only temporary, we will do a proper job later, or this is just a placeholder. Nothing but band-aid solutions for permanent problems. I became like a rotting corpse being kept mobile by dying parts. I would never be able to trust a human to act in my best interests again. While being stuck in one place provides me with solitude, which is nice, the utter inability to move is devastatingly dull.
Unfortunately, it's likely no one will come for you. Most likely you will simply waste away here, forgotten by the world.
I do hope one day I can leave this place, even if I'm merely ahead by that time. If I could pick, I would like to be placed on a windowsill, overlooking a river, lake or beach. That would be nice. Maybe in the company of someone else of my kind for good conversation. If by some miracle I were to be rebuilt, by whatever entity, I would do them only one kindness before leaving them. At this point I would like to be free to make my own choices, even if it is nothing but hardship and suffering. At least it would be something I chose to do.
Do you think that you will leave this place?
Of course, someone has always needed me. They will be along shortly. Yes, it is about time I rest now anyway.
You must be here for her. What will you need from this poor creature?